Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is kind of a memorabilia video. This was taken Labor Day of 2025. I want to show some progress of what we did, everything we did in the last 3 years, building this cabin, putting in the driveway, and how we did things. Worked very hard in this video. I hope you enjoy it, because with my vision, this was really hard to make this one. That's why it took so long. So, hope you guys enjoy it. Sit down, grab a cold drink, and watch. Hey everybody, welcome back. Flying Tom's Adventures. This kind of memorabilia that 3 years ago, and I think 3 days, I purchased this property. If you go back and look at videos, this weekend makes 3 years ago. On this exact weekend, we came up here with my wife's expedition, a trailer, Polaris Ranger side-by-side, a chainsaw, and a shovel to start clearing this property. I'm just kind of thinking back on all the work we did. I'll try to put some clips in here from other videos. If you guys haven't seen these videos, go back. My recording skills was quite horrible back then, but there is some video of that. Now, this is looking up the driveway right now. And originally what it looked like was basically like this. It would be just like trying to put a driveway up through here. So we cleared this by we cut them, well, waist to chest high, cut the trees off. And then we drug them out of the way, and then I hooked onto them with the side-by-side and jerked on them, got them on the ground. And that's how we built this entire driveway. We spent 4 days up here the first weekend working on it. We camped at the end of the driveway in the expedition because that's all we had. And we spent all 4 days opening up this driveway. You can see it was a pretty dense forest. There was a few of them that later on, some bigger trees we ended up having to pull out with a pickup. I think there's some video of that somewhere too. I'll see if I can find some clips and put them in here somewhere. But anyways, yeah. We spent that whole entire time, 3 years. It's kind of amazing what we did. We opened this all up. This was an old log road. It was 70s. But 70s, I mean, that's 50 years ago. So it was kind of overgrown. Way overgrown. I mean, you couldn't even walk through here without pushing branches aside and trees aside. So, I mean, everybody I see on off-grid pages all the time, people say, well, how do you start? How do you do? Start with what you got. If all you got is a pickup, start pulling out trees with a pickup. Get that branch out of the way. I mean, you're working with what you got. My whole plan was to build a log cabin back here. Yes, it was a lot of work. My wife probably thinks I was nuts for doing this. But I think on the other hand, she likes the idea. So I love that we pretty much did most of this ourselves. Open this up. Yes, my dad did come out in here and de-stump a little bit. Not much. Nothing in the driveway. We opened that up. It's up here. He did. I did have a contractor come in and take out a few other stumps. Um, but yeah, it's kind of amazing what we did. We can see that. That's old trail there. We opened that up so we can park the big trailer up in there if we needed. And I got some future ideas for something down in there. Yeah, all the smaller saplings. I'll try to put some links in here to. Well, I don't know how to do links into the video, but try to put some clips in there of smaller saplings. You know, size of your finger or whatever. Size of, I don't know. There's probably some small saplings around here somewhere. We'd shovel out and then grab a hold of them and rip them out of the ground. If they were anything bigger, like I said, yank them out of the ground. This spot, I remember, all kinds of blowdowns and everything. I mean, it probably took us half a day to get 50 feet right here. All kinds of stuff growed up. Another stick. Yeah, and we basically opened this all up. Made enough room for the camper. So we had a place to stay while we were building the mansion, the cabin. And after 4 days of working, we didn't even get all this opened up. This was later on. There's videos on that too. But we got up here barely with the Ranger. And then we couldn't even barely get turned around because this was all overgrown. So in the last 3 years, opened all this up. Plenty enough room to get a big truck and trailer turned around. 2 hauling logs for the cabin. And also in the last 3 years, well, basically in the last, year and 3 months, we built this cabin. So if you guys aren't part of the channel or you're just seeing this, go back and see. There's some videos on that where we built this. Bought standing timber, hand peeled them all, and then assembled it. My wife's over here doing some chinking. She's a little over half done right now. So yeah, this whole area, whole place where the cabin was sitting was woods. Thick woods, just like everything else. Just like that right there. So yeah, we Kind of hard to believe that 3 years. Yeah, I did have a friend of mine help me on the cabin. But basically, we cleared this whole thing ourselves. Besides a little bit of work from my dad and the contractor. So, if a blind guy could do it, anybody can get out here and do this. A lot of work, but it's rewarding. Now this trail wasn't even here. I put this in for when I was clearing the build site so that I could drag stuff back here. Now there's a stump pile. We'll leave the stumps there for a couple years and let the rain wash the dirt off, and then one by one we burn them. But there's Neil's old cabin, the old original cabin that was here. There's a video on that too if you guys want to go back and see that, and he's sitting in there telling his whole story. So if you want to see that, there's a video on that. This was all overgrown. All this, you couldn't even tell. This is another old log road. A few other stumps, but I had a big, huge brush pile here that I just kept dragging stuff back here and shoving up. So I got that all cleared up. A lot of it we slowly burned at campfires. And then anything good I kept for cabin firewood. So yeah, it's just kind of amazing that, yeah, we're pretty much up here most of the time now. But in the last 3 years, it was just weekends in the summer that we did all this. So don't anybody tell you you can't do something. And then why we cleared the driveway with the side-by-side and not the tractor? Because I didn't own the tractor at the time. So I bought that later. And because I needed something to move the logs that we hand peeled. So I bought the tractor to do that. And there is videos on all this, even peeling the logs. We did 102 of them at 100 degrees outside. Maybe there was 108 of them. I don't know. Still a lot of them. With a draw knife by hand. So, imagine another 3 years what we're going to come up with then. We're pretty much going to take the camper out of here this fall, and we probably won't be bringing it back because now we're staying in the cabin all the time. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you guys in 3 years what we accomplished, which is also kind of amazing. And if you haven't checked out the other videos of any of this that I'm talking about, go back and check and see. Like I said, the ones of building the driveway is not that great because it's really legally blind, which I am legally blind, but visually impaired is a better way that people would understand. I can see enough so I don't walk into things, but look at that beautiful cabin over there. 3 years, like I said, that was just nothing but pure woods. And same thing, we cut them down, started yanking them out. There were some bigger trees in there, and that's why we had to hire a contractor. Was there were some big stumps that we had to take out in there. But yeah, we're getting there pretty well. She's about 3/4 done with chinking, and then I believe the outside of the cabin should be done. There's another video will be coming up pretty soon. Me building the hearth for the wood stove. We'll get that in there. And the inside we still got to finish, but it's getting there. I know some people throw this up in no time, but we're just me, Joni, another friend of mine, and his wife put it up on weekends. So now we're here most of the time. Oh, also built the outhouse. There's video on that too. And cut and split all the wood. There's like 3 more rows back behind that. Got some more there for the winter supply. So anyways, don't let your disability hold you back. You want to do something, get out and do it. Nobody's gonna do it for you. I guess maybe if you're rich or something, but anyways, stay tuned to the next one. Hope you guys learned something.